ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਨਮਸਕਾਰ, ਆਦਾਬ, ਜੈ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨਾ, Jambo Sana, and ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਨਿੱਘਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ to another healthy concept of the cook show. So today's cook show I'm taking you to is away from taking you from flour. Too much flour, too much pastas, too many noodles. The real problem with too much flour and wheat is that we lose the ability to digest proteins and carbohydrates. That leads on to diabetes, and that leads on to malnutrition of the body. I'm taking you to a journey of mung beans which have been sprouted but also pre-boiled, but having a bit of a bite. There's 1 collie, about 3/4 collie mung beans, half a collie large of soya beans, which are green soya beans, fresh. Enu idame mi kende ne beans. With that I'm going to add in courgettes which are done through a spiral cutter, and spiral cutter of carrots, organic only, and doing the base tudka with onions, tomatoes, a little bit of peppers, chili, garlic, but serving it with sweet potato which are pre-cut, dice kite hoye ne, because it's a mission dicing it. I'm going to drizzle this with olive oil, put in some raw onions and tomatoes, put in the oven, and then do my base. So ਪਹਿਲੋਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ ਆਪਾਂ, because ਇੱਥੇ time ਲੈਣਾ cooking ਲਈ. So oven is now at 200 degrees and my tray is ready. This kind of helping should be very good for about 4 people with a very good healthy salad as well. So drizzling in a bit of sesame seed oil, olive oil. Note ke my olive oil is only in glass bottle. Ungli rakh leni just to make sure it doesn't overspill too much. That's enough. And beyond that, I won't be adding any other seasoning till I get it out from the oven. Then I'll add in my greens and some other parsley and rice products to it. So just going to give it a bit of a toss. Salt also, jadon baar kaddange udo add karna. This is going to go on a high heat for about 12 minutes, and the sweet potatoes will be ready to eat. जी हाँ, जब तक स्वीट पोटैटो बन रहे ने लेके जा रही मैं थानू टू मूंग बीन, सोया बीन, courgette, carrot noodle, which is a vegetable noodle, not a flour noodle based food, presenting it with a wonderful array of pineapples. पा रही है मैं 1 teaspoon of olive oil into my pan, light olive oil, because this is a quick turnover and the pan is hot already. 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil. ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ obviously I'm going to add in the base, which is the jeera, but no rye in this one. Jeera is cumin seeds for your information, youngsters who are just watching this. So 1 teaspoon, quite generous, drop that in. You can hear the crackling. This means that the essence of the seeds is coming out because it's actually warm hot oil. Pariya main half a bowl of red onions, so this will be about a good half onion. Just to take it into light browning. Again, never overcooking, folks. Never overcook your food. So something like this, you come tired from work and you'll say, chal koi na pizza baru maga lene, Chinese baru maga lene. The worst thing is about Chinese food, these meats are traveling in barges for 6 months. You don't even know whether it's horse meat, cow meat, whatever animal meat, and it's cooked on high flame. Chinese food, all the Chinese food is cooking and killing everything with oil, huge amount of bad oils. And I've seen often Chinese restaurants, they pichle passe, if ever I'm going to the bank, and there's a restaurant next door, you will see tin oils which says burnt palm oil. That means that the oil has been rejected and it's dead oil which is going to be used on high flame cooking, and this is why vegetables which market cho reject hoye hunde ne, that is what is bought to glaze them, add the soya sauce, and you think it's a meal to eat in the evening, which is a carcinogenic, heavy, saturated oil meal, making you feel sluggish and lethargic the next morning. Stay tuned with Dr. Manjit Kaur, and I'll take you into a journey of live food that will give you energy. The morning you get up, you're not sluggish, because all night thodi body ne khana pachaun de vich it hasn't overused the liver. And that is the biggest problem, is when all night the liver is trying to break up this heavy oiled foods, that you'll feel tired in the morning because there has been no regeneration of new healthy cells in the body. Hence the concept of good food, hence the concept of salads, hence the concept of live undercooked food. So I'm going to drop in the edamame beans, which are the soya beans first, because they are a bit tougher. And then do remember that jehde mung bean sprout kite hoye ne, they are pre-cooked and boiled, but they have a bite. This half a bowl large goes into there. This need to be cooked for at least good 6 minutes on low heat. So I'm going to actually cover this ke edi sweating de vich hi eh cook hon la pave. So soya beans pa le apa. I'm just going to cook them on low heat, keeping a little bit of the bite. Don't kill the protein. This is going to be a protein meal. The biggest problem with vegetarians is lack of protein, too much carbohydrates that convert to sugars that actually add stomach weight and bad fat weight in the body. So I'm just going to lightly cover this, making sure that it's taking a bit of the steam, but also not watery. Pani na chhade. So reducing the heat again. Food cooked on low heat is much better because we are going to retain the goodness of the beans. Hanji, cooking the soya beans on very low heat, soft ho rahe ne. Taking the time that takriban 8-10 minute ho gaye ne with the sweet potato. Pari hai main hun shredded onions with a bit of little tomato and greens onto this sweet potato, because I don't want them to caramelize. Nahi to bahut hi kale tasty hoege. So I'm going to take this out from the oven. They're already cooking so well. The best way to find out is just poke it through. Still got a bit of a bite in there. They need to, but never overcooked so much. So I'm just going to give them a good toss. Pari hai main onions jehde edite sare apa kar dene ne. For onion people who don't like onions, don't put it. But this will add a really nice taste to the whole dish. Look at that. Within seconds, it looks so much better than just an orange color. So if I look at and I prick this, I need to give it another good 6 minutes jab tak saadi main dish bhi hoegi ready, and then I'll take you into plating. जब तक अपने sweet potatoes are going to be caramelizing with the onions, देख रही हैं मैं to my checking my beans are ready. Just removing that lid off. I'm not going to overcook it because I want to keep the bite in the food. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪਕਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ, you're going to kill it, and then everything that's a nutritional value becomes zero. So let's keep the bite in food. Mung beans aap ji nu dhyan hoega, pre-cooked hege. And even if you come closer there, I can go through, it doesn't squash as much. I've left a little bit of life in the bean without killing it. So it's from my live kitchen into a pan to boil, not throwing the water away. Pani onna ki paya jede naal mung beans apne aap cook ho ke soak ho jaan. A lot of people say asi boiled food khane ya. But what are you doing? You're throwing the water away, which has got all the minerals and nutrition, and then you're having bland food, which is got nutritional value, is 0. That means your body will crave for more food. You would go for biscuits or crisps or savories, and those are then the foods that are actually going to add on bad fats, and the BMI and the body fats start increasing. And when the body is nutritionally deprived of good food, you will then lead on to malnutrition, which is like similar to a child sitting in Somalia having one meal after 3 days. It's not any better of what Indian food is cooked at such high food. So I don't know if you've seen my shows on the only first ever cauliflower pizza, and we took you down to the mung beans, sprouted mung beans, and then I'll also take you to falafel, and then also to a mung bean cake. The whole story of mung beans is, by the time you've seen about 6 or 7 shows of mung bean, I'm sure you'll be converted. So, pariya mein, do remember, enanu mein kill nahi karna. I'm going to toss this in, which is a courgette done through a spiral cutter of mine, and I'm going to drop that in. Dropping in the carrots, which are the spiral cutter. So it's really nice, so gol gol kumda hunda. But it's I have done this in the morning prep, that knowing that this is going to be time consuming. So I'm just letting this sweat a bit. Jab tak ye sweat ho raha, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of soya sauce to bring in a little bit of the Chinese flavor. And this is supreme soya sauce. This is not a cheap blend of soya sauce. If I'm adding soya sauce, that means loon cut payega, because soya sauce itself has got that flavor, which is quite salty. I beg your pardon. So again, this is just like heating the carrots, but still keeping them so nutritionally valued that most people, when they have overcooked food, they feel bloated. And because the food is dead, it's bad oils, the liver cannot, the digestive enzymes and the stomach are not there to digest the food. And bloatedness, the youngest child who came to me was 8 years old. She was bloated from morning to evening. And that was serious problems because of the wheat and the cereals and the morning cereals. And now you see this ready-made breakfast cereals in a bottle. How cruel can food industry be, that if you don't look at food that is, healthy in the morning, which can be of fresh fruits with powerful green juices, instead of having ready cooked cereals in a bottle, ready to drink, I don't know. I think they're trying to, life is fast, but I think they're making the digestion of the system so bad that people will probably be flushed out, youngsters, by the age of 35. I think the huge amount of health problems will start creeping in. So I'm not going to overcook this. I don't want the color, carrots the color nahi change hona chahiye. Pa rahi hai main mung beans. Mung beans the time pa rahi hai just to heat them up. Drop them in. Because they've been pre-cooked, and then we'll come in all the spices. This is just, I'm going to add in 3 teaspoons of the small plum tomatoes with 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. Drop that in. So this is 1, 2, 3 teaspoons, just to give it the color and the citric taste. Because ajkal goriyan di food pello ki hunda siga, boiled potato, sweet potato, steamed potato, roast potato. Now I see these chefs talking about sweet, acidic, citric taste, and I say, I think their taste buds have really changed a lot. Again, the smell is so beautiful, it's just glorious. Just I'm cooking on half the heat of on my cooker. I'll be adding in ginger. Obviously, because ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੂੰਗੀ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, courgettes ਹੈਗੇ, very little ginger, just about 3/4 teaspoon ginger. 2 red green chilies chopped. If you want more, you're most welcome to put more. So I'm just going to clear all this away. And I'm actually going to switch this off. I do not want the carrots to wilter. That bilkul marjajan, wiltering. I just want to sweat them. I'm closing this. I'm adding in the spices. So here comes the spices, which is going to be salt, masala, just a half a teaspoon of salt, even less than that because I'm just anti-salt so much that I'd love to taste the sweetness of the vegetables. Garam masala, little bit of black pepper, kali mirch, half a teaspoon, drop that in, and that's it, done. Taking it off the gas of the electric cooker actually. And don't forget ke food jeda hun pan ch pe na is still cooking. This will carry on cooking for 3 to 4 minutes. So let's not waste electricity. And I say people wait, jina takar galda niya. Food with or pans with thick bases carry on the cooking process of the vegetable, the lentils, the dal, whatever you're cooking. So maintain that kind of timing, save on gas and electricity. Join me into the plating section when my sweet potatoes will be done. And then we will then take you into the glorious tasting and showing you how the plating would look so fab, which is could be a lunch, it could be your snack for tea time because it's a high protein. After 3 o'clock, try to avoid carbs because if you have carbs after 3, it's a crash out. When the food is beautifully flavored and there's lots of different vegetables, the aroma is just so amazing in the kitchen. It's wonderful, but not the kind of tail that you're using. We've used sesame seed oil, we've used light olive oils, trying to tell you about rapeseed oil, which is cold pressed and always in a glass bottle. So, main kad rahi haan mere sweet potato. I'm going to start plating that and my jade hage noodles. Vegetable noodles, not rice noodles, not flour noodles, just taking in carrots, which were done through the spiral courgettes, the soya beans and sprouted Mung beans. Let me now go to the oven and take out the potatoes, which should be caramelized with the onions. Putting them into the plate here. Do remember that inhane haje bhi cook hoi jana, so never overcook your food. So just going to keep it all together, and you can see ke aloo brown hon lappe ne. Onions brown hon lappe ne. Going to add in some raw onions as well. For those people who are not keen on onions, you can avoid this. And a bit of the pepper, just to give it that glorious, wonderful taste. See how the oranges and reds just go so well. And the rest I'm going to put on top. That is a sweet potato that probably has never been presented so well. Normally people think, oh God, sagarkandi hai. It's just sweet potato in Uganda has been seriously encouraged a lot because it was noted that children in Uganda had serious vitamin A deficiency and eye problems, and the death rate reduced to half when children were given orange sweet potato, not the white one, but the orange one. Let me now take you to the plating of the vegetable noodles, which is going to go into the center. I have actually created a pineapple ring to give it that sweet and savory taste. Ji haan, sweet potatoes की plate तैयार है. लेके जा रही into the plating of the vegetable noodles and just putting it in the middle. Never do a dollop of food so much that the person who's going to look at it says, हाँ मेरा तो देख के मन भर गया. So there we are. and just enough there to go. And I'm just going to put in 2 red chilies to present that with wonderful spring onions. And that, Santo, is the amazing, very healthy vegetable noodles, not flour-based noodles, with the soya beans, sprouted Mung beans, and orange sweet potato, semi-raw, with chopped red onions and sweet peppers, just to give it a taste. And that, I hope you will mock it, and I hope you'll enjoy it. We're certainly going to enjoy this, tasting this, and hope you will take care of yourself and each other. Taking you to another show, same place, with Akaal channel, Cooking with Dr. Manjit Kaur, talking into healthy cooking with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, which is all about cooking desi Eastern food gone healthy. My son told me, Mom, add IN in Jalandhar. So I can't add in Jalandhar because we are in Birmingham. So stay tuned on Sky 843 with Dr. Manjit Kaur. Another day, another show. Sare nu sat sri akal, namaskar, adab, kwaheri. To all my friends, take care of yourself and each other. Life is too precious. Let's not waste it. God bless you all. Sat sri akal.